Hello, everyone out there, and welcome to another episode of Black USA Crypto News. My name's Kamal Hubbard, and thank you for joining me this morning, this afternoon, wherever you happen to be out there. I also want to thank everyone here at Black USA News, and especially Donnie Glover, who invited me back here to join all the wonderful content creators, such as Quita and Chap, who have the Shared Space show on Mondays. And I know I'm going to leave a few people out here, so please forgive me. I'm still getting back in the swing of things here when it comes to live streaming on the network. Be sure to catch the Robert Report, 60 Minutes in Black with Michael Haney, as well as the Black Business Roundtable. So, really happy to be here with everyone else. Oh, of course, the Blackout with Tajmir. Like I said, I knew I was going to forget a few people, but like I said, I'm going to get better at this now that I'm getting reacquainted with the platform and all the shows who I've been on in the past, and looking forward to being on a few in the present and future as well. So let's get to what we're doing here today. Going to talk about this week's news in crypto, as well as a few recent news stories that are worth keeping an eye on. And I do think that if you are looking for a news source in crypto, you should check out the CageChain newsletter. So, the CageChain newsletter is a midweek newsletter that comes out. I think they're at just above two, or coming actually really close to 250 weekly editions that have come out for quite some time now, and covers all the top news. Like I said, midweek, some analytics as well, and you can see here one of the top news stories this week was the SEC chairman who testified before Congress, which was a very big story, and hope you caught it because he got a lot of questions around blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And in fact, I guess something came out where he was talking about how he at some point actually endorsed the oh gosh, a certain blockchain project. It's actually escaping my mind right now, you guys. Like I said, there's so much news out there and information that actually I'm really excited to share with you. So let me keep going here. Another major story that came out this week. There is a hacker going around who's stealing tens of millions of dollars out there out of people's wallets, and they don't know how. So, once again, a very interesting story to learn more about. And this is another big one here. Coinbase may move away from the United States if the regulatory situation does not improve. So, I think this is a interesting story because Coinbase is one of the largest uh, cryptocurrency exchanges in the United States, and the fact that they're trying to get better understanding and better clarity in terms of how they can operate is very interesting and something to keep an eye on as well. And something else that I think that's a little related to this story, worth keeping your eye on, that I also want to share with you guys here, and it goes definitely in line with all of this, is this story here. So Coinbase may be looking to offshore and maybe leave the United States once again. But it was found that the Coinbase CEO, Brian Armstrong, offloaded 1.8 million worth of shares in April. And previous reports show that Armstrong sold over 89,000 of Coinbase shares for a total of 5.8 million in the month previous. So, what does that tell us about how things are looking at Coinbase, and what their outlook is, long-term outlook for the American market? Honestly, isn't really looking all that good. Or, well, let me take that back. It may be just fine. However, Brian Armstrong is definitely looking out for himself over these last few weeks. So, before I really go any further, I just want to say everything in this episode is purely for informational purposes only. None of this is tax advice, legal advice, financial advice, life advice. I'm just here to present information for everyone to hopefully understand what's going on a little bit better here in this very ever changing, quickly changing world that's going on in cryptocurrencies. So, please thank you once again for joining me, but please don't run out and let Brian Armstrong know that I'm defaming him in any sort of way. Absolutely not. I'm just presenting news stories here, and once again, so you guys can get an understanding to take your research further, and that's what it's all about, because I'm not going to be here for very long today. I'm here to stay for the most part, but I'm not going to be here for very long today. I definitely want to get to as many of these stories as possible. And something else, just to go back to the SEC chairman's testimony this week. Um, there, I think the biggest thing that came out about it is he was attacked vociferously by Republicans, which is interesting, but it tells you something about what's going on in the politicalization of blockchain and cryptocurrency. So, U.S. Congressman Emmer says SEC Chairman Gensler is incompetent. Well, that's a very strong statement, and if you guys took a look at any of that testimony this week, like I said, Chairman Gensler was definitely getting attacked, and most of it was coming from the Republican Party, which, it's no problem with that. But it's important to know where these lines are falling when it comes to Congress, because they're going to be making laws that are going to be impacting crypto. So you might want to check that story out. That came from Crypto Slate. So another really big news story that I thought um, took place this week that I'd like to share with you all. And this one comes to us from the Kenyan Wall Street Online. And it's very interesting here to see this one. And it talks about African blockchain ventures witness a 429% increase in funding, outstripping global growth of 4%. So this is actually a very huge story and something worth keeping an eye on. And it it's great that Africa is getting this investment, especially when it comes to blockchain. Um, and it's showing that, there's so much promise when it comes to innovation in the continent of Africa. And there's a lot of really good analytics that came here. And I'm going to just read some of these to you guys. I'm sure you can see them on the screen, but I'll read them out loud too. African blockchain businesses raised $551 million in the first quarter, the first quarter of 2022 through the first quarter of 2023 across 33 deals. Wow, that's great. So that is 429% increase in growth year over year. African blockchain businesses raised 474 million in 2022, and I talked about this 429 year over year funding increase, the highest funding growth rate in any region. Seychelles and South Africa accounted for 81% of the African blockchain funding in 2022, and 91% of funding came from 12 of those deals. Venture rounds accounted for the vast majority of funds raised in Africa, obtaining 91.4% of the funding from those 12 deals, up 43% from 6 deals in 2021. Now, just for me to kind of give my take on this, once again, this is great to see the continent of Africa getting investment, especially in Web3. And it also makes you question, why is Africa the region that's getting so much investment right now? And you know, the just my skeptical mind, my optimistic mind is that, once again, the continent of Africa is going to reach a level of innovation that is going to most likely outpace the United States in coming decades. Um, that's just the way it's looking. We're not seeing that same sort of investment taking place here, especially in the Black community in the United States. Now, once again, my skeptical mind tells me that this is almost like a digital neo-colonialism that may be taking place in Africa. So, very important to keep a close eye on this, and like I said, what it can mean. All right, so there's still a lot of stuff I want to catch and throw your way here, guys. So, oh gosh, um, this one is something that I caught just recently in the last couple of hours. So, let me get it up here, and I want to read some of this to you as well. And this next story comes from TechCrunch. And now, when we're talking about regulation and enforcement, I think this is another great story to share with you guys. So, the IRS is sending 4 investigators across the world to fight cybercrime. So, let me just read part of this story to you guys. The Internal Revenue Service plans to send 4 agents who specialize in investigating cybercrime to Australia, Singapore, Colombia, and Germany starting this summer. These 4 new positions represent a significant increase in the IRS's global efforts to fight cybercrime, such as those involving cryptocurrencies, decentralized finance, and crypto laundering services. In the last several years, agents working for the IRS Criminal Investigation Branch have had a key role in investigating crimes on the dark web as part of landmark international operations, which include the shutdown of drug and hacking service marketplace of these, excuse me, of the shutdown of the drug and hacking marketplace Alphabet, along with the arrest of its administrator, the bust of the internet's biggest child abuse website, and the takedown of a marketplace for stolen social security numbers, among others. Until now, the IRS only had one cyber investigator abroad in The Hague, Netherlands, mostly working along Europol since 2021. The expansion was the first revealed by Guy Fico, the IRS's Executive Director for Global Operations and Support for the IRS CI, during a panel at the Chain Analysis Links Conference on April 4th. So, once again, very interesting story there in terms of regulatory and enforcement getting stepped up on the part of the IRS, right? People who are trying to evade taxes or launder money on a global scale, they are really getting their foothold in all this. So just be aware. Be aware of the IRS is stepping up their game in terms of enforcement. And like I said, they are taking it global, folks. So another interesting story that I would like to share with you guys here, or my viewers here today, is one that came to us from Decrypt. And it's, we're starting to see a lot of this with blockchain and carbonization and understanding the carbon footprint of blockchain and cryptocurrencies and Web3 in general. So, Solana now measures network carbon emissions data in real time. This is an interesting story. So, the Solana Foundation claims that it is the first major smart contract blockchain network to broadcast its environmental impacts as such. So, once again, this comes to us from Decrypt, and it was just yesterday. Solana is now measuring data pertaining to its carbon emissions in real time. The Solana Foundation announced today its acclaimed first of its kind move for a major smart contract blockchain network. Smart contracts hold the code that powers decentralized applications or dApps and NFT projects. Beginning today, Solana will regularly update a dedicated dashboard with statistics, monitoring key environmental metrics for the network, including its energy consumption, carbon footprint, and network power intensity, among other data. It pulls real time data from software installed on Solana validator nodes, but the dashboard is only updated every 2 weeks. I thought they said in real time, but that is actually this is good from a sustainability standpoint, right? The more that we're able to get carbon information and the carbon footprints associated with blockchains and cryptocurrencies and other Web3 projects, it will allow us to understand once again how to use Web3 in a more sustainable fashion. So I think the Solana network needs or deserves credit for taking that move. And, I really hope that other blockchains follow suit. What do you guys think? I mean, is that even something that um, is necessarily um, really wanted? I don't know. I think there's a lot of people out there who clearly want to make money in Web3. So that might not be a big thing. I don't know. You guys, let me know in the comments. Um, and if those are some stories you'd like me to follow in the future, I will continue to do so. All right, I am going to keep this going here, and this is on the AI front. And this story also comes to us from Decrypt. So, crypto scammers used AI to create a fake CEO, regulators say. California regulators are stamping out alleged AI tinged crypto scams, including a firm that supposedly generated a fake CEO for YouTube. So, Max Preed's alleged fake AI generated CEO. Wow, this is pretty interesting. That was AI generated. Artificial intelligence is hot right now, and crypto scams haven't slowed a bit. Ain't that the truth? And allegedly, some scammers are mashing them up to deceive and swindle would be investors, including creating a fake AI generated CEO to try and dupe people. This week, the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, DFPI, announced its latest effort to protect residents from crypto scams, sending cease and desist letters to 5 companies it claims attempted to profit from the AI hype train. The agency's latest targets are Max Preed Technologies, Harvest Keeper, Vis Capital, Coinbot, and Quant Fund, who the DFPI accused of each offering unqualified securities and making false promises to investors. The DFPI accused the companies of making exaggerated claims about generating high returns using AI for crypto trading and layered in multi-level marketing tactics to lure unsuspecting victims. Oh gosh, guys. So I want to say why this is important. This is very important because as the article talked about, AI is huge right now. It's growing, and artificial intelligence, especially with crypto, it's an emerging market, right? And people are trying to weave crypto and AI to really get essentially maximize, uh, automated, maximized passive income through artificial intelligence. So, once again, this is where people are really just looking to make a quick buck. And these firms are tapping into this. Now, AI generated video is a very interesting thing. And there was actually a recent story on 60 Minutes on artificial intelligence. I didn't get a chance to catch all of it, but this raises some major questions, right? Like if people are able to use AI to swindle people, it's going to cause a real breakdown in trust, right? Not just from investors. And I think if we take crypto out of it and we just focus on AI, we've heard warnings from developers and consortiums that work in artificial intelligence saying, hey, we need either regulatory oversight or we need to take a measured approach when it comes to artificial intelligence. And this is one of the major reasons why I think, because it will cause really humanity to question what is real, right? If you can create a fake CEO to take millions of dollars from people, what's to stop anybody from creating a AI generated video of a state official making a very serious claim against another state agency? See where I'm going with that, right? That to me is why I think people are starting to say, hey, let's really put the brakes on what is truly capable with artificial intelligence, right? I mean, we already question so much, as we should, but healthy skepticism is good, but we do also need to have verifiable sources of information. So um, where are we going to find that at? I'm trying to share these news stories, give you the sources so you guys can follow up on them and come to your own decisions on a lot of this. So now the thing that I'm really excited to share with you guys is updates on Elephant Money. Now, I've done quite a few talks on Elephant Money for quite some time here, and I think you guys have a sense of why I'm sharing this project with you, and I think it's very important for people to once again get a sense of why this is a very interesting project and all the great things that it has to offer. So don't take my word for it. Once again, this is not financial advice, but what I want to show you is a way to get more information because people constantly ask me what is elephant money. And so now what we have is a tool for you to understand what the elephant money ecosystem is and how it works. And that is the Elephant Money Wiki. So if you ever had questions in terms of what elephant money is, how it works, and all of its different services that are available on Elephant, this is the best place to go to get your questions answered. So let me just read some of this for you. What is Elephant Money? Elephant Money is simply the first global decentralized community bank of its kind. It is a permissionless system for economic inclusion and helps its community accumulate wealth through active and passive cash flows. Elephant Money implements a voluntary, sustainable, and permissionless global economic engine on top of a collection of blue chip assets, a core rewards token, which is the Elephant token, and a stable coin, which is Trunk. The Elephant Money Protocol is a 100% complete and finished product and provides yield and price appreciation in any market cycle. So, once again, that is what Elephant Money is. Now, what I think is one of the most important features right now to look into is futures. So I'm going to do a search just for elephant money futures and see what comes up. So, you can see here, there's a list of different things. Futures key features or futures key features is probably what I want to go to. But you can see down the line, there are strategies in terms of how to manage futures. But I'll let you guys check that out. Let me just read to you what the key features of futures is. I'm having a hard time saying that 3 times fast, but let me just get into it. Futures allows you to deposit and lock BUSD into the futures vault and earn a daily BUSD reward on your total value locked. Rewards are paid at a rate of 1 or 0.5% daily of your total value locked, or TVL. Minimum deposit is 200 BUSD. Rewards can be claimed at any time. Rewards will be deducted from your personal TVL. Unclaimed rewards will be rolled into your TVL automatically on a fresh deposit, which allows for compounding. 90% of funds are sent to the BUSD Treasury for use in governance contracts. 10% of funds are held in a BUSD buffer pool for yield repayment. Yield is paid by the Elephant Treasury. Max personal TVL is 1 million BUSD. Max payout is 2.5 million BUSD. Max daily withdrawal and max accumulated rewards are 50,000 BUSD, and adaptive rate limiters are in place to increase sustainability. So those are the key features of futures. Now, I guess a good way of thinking about how futures works is if you're looking at that minimum deposit, you put in a minimum deposit and it pays out in that 0.5% daily. I don't want to get too much into these mechanics, but you can kind of see how something like that would work in terms of creating a cash flow for someone who may need it somewhere down the line. And that's why it's called futures. It's all about creating future cash flow. So I will let you guys check out more of the Elephant Money Wiki so you can get more acquainted with that. And I'm hearing rumors that there is going to be an NFT offering by Elephant Money, which should be coming out soon. And some of the rumors, once again, that I'm hearing is if you have one of these NFTs, then you're also earning another percentage of this global decentralized bank. But once again, I'll allow you guys to follow up on this information. If you would like to reach out to me and learn more about Elephant Money, I'm here to help you guys get onboarded and answer your questions. That's what the wiki's for. But if you need more of hands-on assistance, I'm here to help. 100% free. Just be sure to reach out and contact me on that, and I will follow up in short order. So this has been Black USA Crypto News. I've been your host, Kamal Hubbard. Be sure to check out the archives here at Black USA News, and I will see you next week. Take care. Stay safe.